Hi everyone, welcome to Lunch Hour Lessons with Allison. I'm Allison Mädl and today is May 15th, 2019. Each week on Wednesday at 12:30 I come to you live to introduce a topic related to nutrition and health that I think is interesting and give you a lesson to take with you into your daily life. If you like what you hear, feel free to comment or like this video. Today's topic is superfood smoothies. Superfoods are foods that pack a lot of nutrition into a small portion. Smoothies can be a great way to pack in a lot of nutrient-dense foods that otherwise might be difficult to include in your diet. If you're going to make it a regular thing, I'd recommend making these smoothies at home versus buying them at like a juice bar or a natural food restaurant if you're going to be doing it often. Besides being inexpensive to purchase pre-made, many smoothies of these types of places are really sweet and based mostly on fruits or greens without a source of fat or protein to balance it out and make it more of a meal. Now, if you're going for more of a detoxification concept, try to make sure it's as less sweet as possible. Now that the weather is warming up, it's a great time to make smoothies, and I wanted to discuss 10 fun ingredients that I like to put into mine. I don't always use all 10 of these ingredients, but these are sort of my staples that I put in my smoothies. So number one is collagen peptides. That brings elasticity and strength to hair, skin, and nails. That's a great one. Number two, emu oil. Emu oil is the highest source of vitamin K2 that you can pretty much get. It's very absorbable form as well. And it puts calcium in the bones where it belongs, and it augments the effects of vitamins A and D. So it makes those even more powerful. Most people are deficient in vitamin K2. And I did do a post on vitamin K2, so you can read about that there too. Number three is egg yolks. Egg yolks are basically a powerhouse of nutrition. The whites have some protein, but the yolks are where all the nutrition is. So important source of choline, sulfur, folate. So those are all minerals. Vitamins A, D, E, and K, so all the fat-soluble vitamins. Vitamin B12, antioxidants, balanced fatty acids, and protein. We know that dietary cholesterol doesn't affect blood cholesterol, so you don't have to worry about egg yolks from that perspective. Raw egg yolks is what I use because I use pastured chicken egg yolks. You need to read the label and make sure it says pastured. If you're not using pastured eggs, then you want to find, probably you'd want to hard boil the eggs and then, hard boil the eggs and then just include the yolk. So that is a great source of nutrition. Probably don't leave that one out. I like to use that one every time. Number five is blueberries. Blueberries are known for being all their own powerhouse of nutrition. They notably have fiber, vitamin C, and manganese, as well as their antioxidant properties. And interestingly, they've been shown to improve insulin sensitivity. So if that's something that you're worried about or concerned about, you might want to include more blueberries. Number five is banana. Banana is a good source of vitamin B6, folate, potassium, magnesium, and fiber. And it also gives like a nice texture to the smoothie, sort of bulks it out. Coconut oil is number six, and that contains medium chain triglycerides, which are kind of a thing that people talk about now, MCT oil and everything. That's derived from coconut oil. And these particularly are especially nourishing to the brain, and they're used as a good source of quick burning energy. Coconut oil also has antimicrobial properties and increases fat burning. Number seven is almond butter, which has vitamin E, manganese, magnesium, copper, riboflavin. So all of those are really great minerals and vitamins. It also has fiber as well, protein, fatty acids, and antioxidants, even in itself. Number eight is molasses. Molasses is, again, kind of a superfood also in itself. They are really high in molasses is really high in certain minerals. So magnesium, calcium, iron, and potassium, which are pretty much like the grand minerals that we want to include. So if you have anything like leg cramps or mineral deficiencies, molasses is a really good thing. Blackstrap molasses is a really good thing to include in your diet. It's a low sugar sweetener. It's very low in sugar. You can omit it from your smoothie if it's sweet enough for you already with all the fruits. But if you want to include a little bit of sweet, molasses is a good way to do it. Number 9 is greens powder. So you can include greens, just throw in some fresh spinach or even frozen spinach, but a greens powder is basically Lots of supplement companies sell them. Try to find a good brand. Excuse me. And a little does go a long way. So you just need like a little scoop. And the best part about the greens powder is that it has a variety of different nutrients. So it'll have trace minerals, chlorophyll, and lots of different phytonutrients because they used lots of different kinds of greens to make the powder versus trying to find and source all your different greens to put in your smoothie, because you do want to definitely get a variety. So either one of those could be an option. And last, you're going to need some sort of liquid to kind of make the smoothie into a smoothie. So I use whole raw milk. That's my preferred base for my smoothie. If you can find that in your grocery store in your state, I'm lucky enough to have access to whole raw milk from grass-fed cows. If you don't, a good alternative could be a grass-fed heavy cream that you would then add water to thin it to make it the consistency that you want. Otherwise, it is going to be pretty thick. So back to the raw milk, the reason that I like it better than the pasteurized milk is because it has probiotic and immunoglobulin content that pasteurized milk doesn't. It's also high in conjugated linoleic acid, CLA, which is an important fatty acid, and it contains vitamin C, B6, and vitamin A. Some of these nutrients are not present in pasteurized milk. So, but again, you want to make sure you're finding a good, clean source that is available at either a farmer's market or a herd share or at your local store. So that's what I love, and it kind of makes the whole thing taste amazing. So now you have options to put in flavoring, so you can do like with seasoning. So cinnamon, put in some sea salt, ginger, nutmeg, turmeric, cardamom. I mean, you can be real creative with how to make it taste kind of unique. There's a lot of other things that you can put in, but I find these to be a really nice balance that you can kind of rotate as you go. So in terms of how to have your smoothies, they're really done this way. They're really like a meal. So it could be a lunch meal that you could make the night before or in the morning and take with you in like an insulated thermos. I wouldn't recommend taking it and then sipping it throughout the entire day, because that really is going to keep your digestion going all day long. Instead, you'd want to drink the smoothie at the time that you would normally have your meal. So for breakfast, it can be good too, but if you're having a smoothie for breakfast, make sure that you go easy on the fruits and on the molasses, and make sure that there is enough like egg yolks and collagen and cream to keep it balanced, because if it's real sweet and not very much of the fat and protein, then it's going to affect your blood sugar, and you'll get more of that subsequent drop in blood sugar that can make you like sleepy and cranky and wanting even more sugar. So I haven't done well with doing smoothies in the morning, but for lunch, they've worked well. And lastly, you want to make sure to actually chew your smoothie as you're drinking it, because you do want to get started on the digestive process and break down some of those carbohydrates. So try not to just knock it back without thinking. We still want to be mindful about eating this, because it is like real food. It's not just a drink. Okay, so that's all the time we have for today. Be sure to tell a friend this week's lunch hour lesson, which is balanced macronutrients can make smoothies a whole meal. Again, balanced macronutrients can make smoothies a whole meal. Like my page to get the weekend tip that comes out on Saturday, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.